Welcome to FlameFlash.net, episode 71. Hopefully, the background music and the background musical baby, who is now trying to restart the music, greeted you well. We'll She's now offended that I changed from that screen. Because she just discovered the spacebar can pause and unpause. But we'll get right to the Wrapped Report. I'm FlameFlash. Welcome aboard. The Sims 3. Well, I started the game up. I was going to be playing it. And then, Red Flare and I got distracted talking politics. You know, the elections are coming up, November. And there was this great little quiz online that let us see where we matched as far as our opinions went for candidates go. What's odd is that we're able to keep it civil. We're able to keep our conversations about politics very civil. We respect each other's opinions. We know the other's going to be wrong sometimes. And we leave it at that. Or the other's going to be right sometimes. I suppose it depends on the perspective, doesn't it? Exactly, little one. So, Sims 3 was a bust. I'm still highly disappointed that it's unavailable on Steam, the Supernatural expansion, that is. But Super Mario 3D Land clocked an hour on Raptor this last week, enjoying it, having to go online and find a couple hints on how to get a star coin here or there. Finally into World 4, however, I've gotten every star coin up to this point. I'm rather proud of that fact. Dungeon Defenders. I actually played this time around and tried out the new Jester, finally. So the Jester is now level 8 or something like that. My only issue with the Jester is that the gift box could randomly chance spawn an ogre. I'm level 8. An ogre kills me. Just suddenly, boink, there he is. Holy crap! I very much prefer when, say, at the very least, those gift boxes deploy just mana, and therefore it's a waste for that turn. It's a very strategic character when you think about it, because unlike the others who you know what you're going to get each time you lay down whatever it is defense-wise, the mage tower, boom, it's the mage tower. It's going to be flinging fireballs at the enemies as they come. Not so with the Jester. Boink. Oh, it's a barricade facing the completely wrong direction. Excellent. You have to be much more strategic where you place. You have to be much more mana conscious with how many pieces you get. And it's going to be interesting to level that character. I'm not sure I'm going to focus on that one. I like the android much better, the one that makes the lasers. And then on the PS3 version, I much prefer the monk and the auras. I'm being greeted by the little one, the newbie, who has escaped from her mother's grasp. Hi there. Terraria was played. It shows up on the Raptor report. Big Brother played it, didn't he? Yeah. You're not going after Daddy's Pepsi, though. Thank you. Double Dragon Neon. Okay, I was talking this game up a lot. There's good reason for it. It didn't review very well over on IGN, but you know what? Try the darn thing out. It's a free trial on Xbox Live. Go grab it and give it a shot. It's free on the PlayStation, which is where we got it. And I love it. It is the blast of nostalgia, the blast of 80s that I was expecting This game met my expectations. No, it's not a modern brawler. Yes, it could have borrowed more from modern brawlers. But I wasn't expecting a modern brawler. I wasn't wanting a modern brawler. If I wanted a modern brawler, I'd go grab Scott Pilgrim, which is also great. Or, well, any of the other brawlers that are out there. I enjoyed it. We're still progressing. Maybe this weekend we'll progress further in it. We'll see. And then World of Warcraft. Both Double Dragon and World of Warcraft, though, are actually bits of our news this week. So I'm going to hop right over to Double Dragon for the news because the soundtrack is free. That's what I played at the beginning. The opening title screen soundtrack. Now, if you are a child of the NES, if you remember Double Dragon of the NES, if you remember Double Dragon of DOS, this is why it mattered so much to me. That the recreation, it's tongue-in-cheek against itself sometimes. Like the opening scene where the girlfriend gets kidnapped, it's, oh no, not again. Well, maybe you shouldn't leave your girlfriend to wait outside your car shop, and should go and get her before something like this happens. But they mock the game. They mock the history a little bit. Just enough that older players are going to laugh. And they're also going to grin when they sit back and listen to the soundtrack. I paused every once in a while and just sat back. The oldest would look at me wondering, what the heck are you doing? Why aren't we going on? You could just tell from the look on that 10-year-old's face. And it's because I was enjoying the soundtrack. I was enjoying the music. So when I found out that the soundtrack was free, of course I went and grabbed it and put it in my iTunes. World of Warcraft, though. Top game played this week yet again. Not as much time put into it. I was sick. I'm still slightly sick. Coughed in the microphone once already. I apologize for that. We're going to sip at a Pepsi, perhaps, to keep the mouth hydrated slightly. Flame Flash, brought to you by Wild Cherry Pepsi. Not really. I just like it. But Blizzard is reminding us they're going on a heavy wave of remember to get an authenticator, remember to watch for phishing scams, remember to use their SMS Protect. So that means if the SMS Protect, if you're not familiar, they text you. Something changes on your account, they text you. They warn you. They let you know, hey, we're keeping an eye on things for you. Awesome. Been enjoying 5.0.4 even more. Stag stacking. Totally missed this bug. But Monk of Mists does have a clip of it. Awesome. I really wish I would have been able to have partaken of this bug. Quite amusing. The Theramore scenario has begun. It started on Monday. I love it. I understand there are mixed feelings out there about it. But it's basically a 3-man instance, a 3-man dungeon. Especially when, say, I queue up on my druid and go in on resto and get paired with 2 plate wearers. Oh, look! They can just start charging around, nuking everything, and there's a resto druid standing behind them, keeping them alive. It was awesome. But that was my first time into Theramore. My second time on my Warlock was a little hairier. Probably because the healer disconnected during the second stage. But, c'est la vie. I loved it. Son loves it. He convinced Red Flare, actually, to join with him on a queue for it. and they went in and tackled it together with a mage. It's really cool to hear about their adventures in it. Watch his excitement about Theramore, about mists. And, by the way, Wrath joins the battle chest. So, the Wrath of the Lich King expansion now is digitally bundled with the battle chest. It's about $15, the battle chest. And that's a relief to me because, well, previously we had bought the battle chest and Wrath for $15. That's our spare license laying around, waiting for another computer capable of running WoW, so that daughter can join and hop in. One neat bonus, however, to all of this cross-realm zone and debate going on in the World of Warcraft is Sun, who previously couldn't have a Death Knight on our home server of Zangarmarsh, can now make a Death Knight on any random server and take that Death Knight, group up with one of us on Zangarmarsh, and suddenly, boink, he's over on Zangarmarsh, playing with us, paired up with one of our characters. It's awesome. Absolutely love it. I know there's a little bit of drama regarding the cross-realm thing. It's certainly causing a problem with the fishing tournaments. That needs to stop. When the fishing tournaments start, it should be a zone, or it should be a realm-only thing. Those zones should just stop being cross-realm for that period of time. That's my opinion, at least. But until they have it fixed, they're going to just stop the fishing tournaments for now. Not that I participated in them much anyway. But some have mixed feelings about cross-realm. I think it's really neat. You can walk outside of Stormwind, and you're suddenly in Elwynn Forest on some other random server. When you look into Stormwind from Elwynn, you see other denizens of Stormwind running in and out from the server that you're currently cross-realmed to. When you walk back into the Stormwind zone, boom, you're back on Zangarmarsh. It's really a strange phasing feel, but it's that seamless. If you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't notice. Which is why I don't understand why people have such a big issue with cross-realm. Write in, podcast@flameflash.net. Why do you hate it? Why do you love it? I'm neutral on it. So, aside from Double Dragon, aside from World of Warcraft, what else happened? PlayStation 3 has announced a new Slim, the Slim 2.0. The top actually slides open. You toss in your disc and you slide it closed. Interesting. It's cheaper. It's cheaper to make. And so they bundled in a larger hard drive, a more expensive hard drive, to keep the price the same, but still bring more value. You get more gigabytes per dollar on this newest model of PlayStation 3 than you did before. Personally, go find a fully backwards compatible launch PS3 and toss in the hard drive of size of your choice, 54 RPM, the 5400 RPM, and do that. Granted, my 250 gig hard drive is almost full thanks to PlayStation Plus, but I can toss in another one. Not a big deal. Then I can take that one that was formerly in there, get an enclosure, and when we eventually get a Wii U, boom, we have a hard drive for the Wii U. Because supposedly it has a USB port and can support external memory media. No clue on what kind yet, but why not support external hard drives? Come on, guys. Last bit of news. It's kind of a slow news week. PlayStation Vita is going to get PlayStation Plus. The Instant Game Collection is coming to the PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Vita. This is another very tempting reason to get a PlayStation Vita to me, but then there's the albatross sitting over in the corner going, you have to pay an extra $100 for a 32 gig memory card. Holy crap. No. No, no, no. So, I'll probably miss out on the PlayStation Plus features of the Vita. I'd love to have a Vita, but I'm just not willing to shell out the amount of money they're asking for, and then on top of that have to buy memory. Sorry, Sony. But it's included in your current subscription. So if you do have a PS3 and a Vita, this is awesome. You support two systems at once. Just awesome. But I'm ready to go finish my Cataclysm bucket list. I only have a couple more runs on my healer before I can go and buy myself some camels. So I shall go forth and do that before possibly helping Red Flare and the newbie up to bed. Newbie is magically still awake. Red Flare is not. It's rather cute. But Red Flare would start throwing things at me if I cut the camera to her, so I will just say it's cute. But I'm Flame Flash. Thank you for joining us. Find me. Twitter, Flame Flash. Raptor, Flame Flash. On Raptor, you can find me on all my gaming profiles, so it's nice and straightforward. raptr.com. And this has been episode 71. We'll see you next week after Mists has launched. Keep those pandas rolling.